With the release of the newest Borderlands 4 trailer, we got our first look into our 4 main Vault Hunters. And while we didn't see too much of them and their various skills, we did see enough to hazard some pretty good guesses. First things first, we will for sure still have a playable Siren. And we will do our deep dive into her first. We didn't get to see much or any of her powers. However, I do think there's a couple of very important details we need to go over here. Firstly, the color of her tattoos needs to be brought into question. In Borderlands 3, Amara's tattoo color is entirely dependent on her action skill element. When using fire, it's orange, corrosive, it's green, shock, it's blue, cryo, it's white, and even before action skill elements have been unlocked, her tattoos are completely black. Going based off of this knowledge, it really makes you wonder why the Siren in Borderlands 4's tattoos are pink. They're not as deep a red as Troy's were, so that rules out any crazy conjoined twin nonsense. But the only real pink element we've had is dark magic, though even that is more of a bright red. Another theory I've got is that maybe it's the return of slag. The tattoos do kind of have a purple hue to them, so maybe it's just a newer design for slag and our Siren powers will have something to do with slag. Another point of interest here is the location of her tattoos. Most of the Sirens we've seen in this franchise have tattoos along their arms, upper torso, and lower torso. Amara's tattoos will grow every 10 levels, reaching their max growth at around level 50, stopping right above her waist. So while we don't really see below Amara's waist in terms of tattoos, we can be pretty sure she doesn't have any tattoos there. Similarly with Commandant Steel, we can't really see below her waist, but her tattoos pattern seems to stop almost right above her waistline. Tannis and Angel, again we can't really see much as they're almost fully covered the entire time, but when Tannis absorbs all of the iridium at the end of the Agonizer fight, her arms and lower torso glows purple, signifying that her tattoos are primarily in that region. The only other Siren who for sure has leg tattoos is Lilith, as we can see in her cutscene during Borderlands 2. And as we know, Lilith can move super quick through her ability, Phase Walk. This new Siren character not only having leg tattoos, but also them being plainly visible in the new trailer feels almost intentional, which also leads me to believe that she'll have some form of movement abilities as well. This theory becomes even stronger in this short clip of the trailer, where our Siren character starts behind this guy here, and yet still ends up way in front of him by the end of the clip. So she's definitely got movement speed going for her in some sort of way. Moving on to the right of our new Siren, we've got Beef Tank Hunky Pants over here. Almost nothing is actually shown in the trailer of his abilities, but we do know that he can hold a gun, which is good for a Borderlands game. However, if we take a close look at that chiseled body, we can very quickly realize that it's almost entirely robotic. The only part of this character that we can actually confirm is organic matter is his right arm, that rockin' peckin' abs, and his face. Going based off of this, I think it's safe to say we might be drawing some parallels to Wilhelm's character from the pre-sequel. It's pretty clear that he'll be some sort of tanky soldier class for this game, but he's also one of the few characters whose action skill we've actually seen, at least partially. In the trailer, there is a very short clip of this character, which we can confirm by one yellow robotic arm and one human arm, spawning in 2 war axes, one fire and one ice, and chucking them at the enemy. So this character could definitely have some Viking style vibes to them as well. Moving even further right, we have this lady here. This is probably by far the character I'm most clueless about. My best guess, based off of entirely her appearance, since that's all we've got at the moment, is that she's some kind of tech nerd, because you know, classes mean smart and nerdy in video game land, and she's also got some sort of techie collar piece here. So maybe she'll be this game's mechromancer with a turret or drone or something along those lines. She's also got what look to be power gauntlets on, so maybe something cool can happen with that. I'm also thinking that she'll have some sort of movement boost too, as her pants look insanely inflated. Wow, we are talking about legs a lot in this video. To me at least, when I see a character with inflated pants like this, I immediately think of double jumping, jump boost, or something along those lines. So maybe this character will be like Zane, but more vertical height than horizontal speed. Aside from that though, we know next to nothing about this character. On the far left, we've got Mr. 5 O'Clock Shadow. At the very least, we've seen this character dual wield some deadly looking blades that are very reminiscent of Zero's katanas from Borderlands 2. In this scene, we also see what looks to be a virtual overlay in front of his face, as well as what could only really be described as mechanical wings. So that could be pretty damn awesome. This character is also mechanically augmented from the knee down. Not that it really gives us much knowing this, but maybe, just maybe, This character could end up being what Zero was advertised to be in the Borderlands 2 trailer. A super acrobat, assassin ninja melee character. And it has been so long since we've got an actual melee character in a Borderlands game, and it's high time we changed that. So my hopes are actually pretty high for Mr. 5 o'clock Shadow here. Anyway, those are my initial thoughts on our new Vault Hunters. What do you think of the new characters this time around? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.